Alright lads, so today been a very special day for Kenpachi. Episode 20 of Bleach, I Am the Edge, just aired revealing Kenpachi's new Shikai. It was an amazing episode, and to celebrate this monumental moment of this particular fight finally being animated, I thought it'd be a fun idea to do a top 10 list for all the Kenpachi in the game. And for the record, we are going to be including all Kenpachi, not just Zaraki. If you've held the title, well then you have a chance to appear in this top 10 list. So without further ado, here is the top 10 Kenpachi in Bleach Brave Souls.
Yachiru, そこにいろ。これを待ってたぜ。このゾクゾクする感覚をよ。
Starting off the list at number 10, we have the TLA version of Kenpachi, aka Weekend. This character came out back in 2019 and for the most part has held up quite well. He is scheduled to get a resurrection sometime soon, and that overall might make him a way better character, but as of right now, he's mainly relegated to the Brave Battle game mode, where he actually does quite decent against fellow Kenpachi characters like Kuriyashiki. Overall though, what pushes this character to the number 10 slot is his niche usability in Brave Battles and potential usage in the Guild Quest game modes. As of right now, he is the oldest character in the list that has yet to receive an upgrade, so this positioning is actually quite well for him.
後のことなんざ考えて出し惜しみしたらぶち殺すぞ。
In 9th place, we have Kanfi or World Kenpachi, once more wielding the Nozarashi blades that we did see debut in today's episodes. This character, while quite hated in the community when he first released, has actually aged decently well given the fact that we've changed the way we farm Links or potions. One of the more common ways to farm Links or potions in this game is of course in Epic Raids, and Epic Raids is where Kenpachi finally gets to shine as a Links or character. Obviously there are way better characters out there, but his consistent damage output is enough to make use if you have no other better Links or character. He's overall just a decent no-attack damage character that mainly nowadays only sees usage in Epic Raid content. But I'll be lying if I said he wasn't one of my go-to Links or farmers for quite a few years.
Bankai, Minazuki, 雑境はこれにておしまい。
In 8th place, we have the first Kenpachi. This character's release was over 5 years ago and has been iconic ever since. She, after all, was one of the most broken characters in the game that made any piece of content super easy and audible. But not only that, she was also really good in Brave Battle content, so it was really nice to see her get a Brave Battle focus upgrade for her resurrection that she did receive sometime last year. Because upon resurrecting, she does pick up the skill Ignore Invincibility, and that overall allows her to be a bit more usable in the game mode going against those characters with invincibility. So for those that had this character max transcended and wanted to get a second coming of Yachiru Unohana, you're now able to do that in Brave Battles if you put her up against the right opponents. And it's due to her somewhat niche ability in Brave Battles that she's taken the 8th place position.
その力の名前はね、挽回だよ。
In 7th place, we have Bankai Kenpachi, our first 1000-year Blood War Kenpachi in the game, and hopefully not the last. This character was good on release, to say the least, but upon getting his resurrection sometime last year, he did get a really good upgrades. Picking up 20% more range on each strong attack, 20% more damage on each strong attack, and also 16% more damage when you are at full stamina, which works as a really good sword tree by the way. This character basically got everything he wanted, including Sprinter +1, which for some reason was a skill that Kenpachi lacked back in 2019. His resurrection is overall one of the better resurrections to date, and really did make this character significantly more usable, and it's due to that resurrection alone that he's taken the 7th place position.
久しぶりにやってみるか。Kendo ってのよ。
In 6th place, we have Kendo Kenpachi, a character that you probably don't see talked about much, but is honestly quite solid. Besides his somewhat good non-attack damage output, most of his usability is seen in the arena game mode. He, after all, was a character designed for this particular piece of content. And it's within this game mode where the character itself really starts to become his own, and definitely can be a threat if you get too close to him. He's more of a defensive character with last-ditch survival to slow down the opponents, but he can also be a really offensive character since he does pick up Flurry +2 and also Long Stride from his arena-based skills. And it's due to those reasons he's able to be a really offensive and defensive character that can definitely be a threat if you get too close to him. Overall, very solid character, especially in the arena game modes.
お前になら全力で戦っても良さそうだ。
Going back to Soul Society, the first battle Kenpachi is taken on number 5 position. Despite releasing at the start of 2020, he's overall aged quite well. His main usage nowadays is a side character in Guild Quest content to sync with a better Soul Bomb nuker, but thanks to his good strong attack hit, a decent damage output that could definitely get better as he does resurrect potentially sometime next year. He's got a good set of utility effects, but most importantly, he can transform with a Soul Bomb, which makes him quite the fun character, especially because his transformation consists of just taking off an eye patch. Overall though, this Kenpachi is overall taking the number 5 position, mainly due to his Guild Quest potential and also very solid gameplay. At number 5, we have one of the coolest characters in the game, that being Spirits Are with you at Kuriachiki. Being the 7th holder to the Kenpachi title, it wasn't that big of a surprise when this character turned out to be a brave battle-centered character, and it's due to his brave battle-centered skills that makes him one of the better characters for that particular game modes. Given the fact he has a very high damage output that gets further increased under 50% stamina, he can prevent a lot of the annoying mechanics in that particular mode, such as prevent last day survival, and also can ignore brave battle invincibility. He's a very solid brave battle character, going down as one of the better ones for the mode currently, and gets better with every captain or speed character addition into that particular game modes. Unfortunately, his usage outside of brave battles is low due to the fact that he doesn't have guard break, but he still makes for quite a decent side character for the Captain Killer Guild Quest. In 4th place, we have the Beyond Bankai version of Kenpachi, where in this case he wields Sampu Kenju. It's a really cool design and a very interesting choice. Either way, very similar to Kuriachiki, this is once more another brave battle character. Very solid against any other captain, has a good damage output thanks to his Flurry +2. Once more, just like Kuriachiki, he can also prevent last day survival and also go through brave battle invincibility. He was mainly designed to counter one of the more toxic characters in the game mode, that being the Beyond Bankai version of Yamamoto, and fun enough, while this character is countered by our previous Kenpachi, that of course being Kuriachiki, what pushes this Kenpachi above him more so is mainly due to his potential outside of brave battles, since after all this character was given guard break. Once more, very similar to Kuriachiki, very solid brave battle character, can be good in the Captain Killer Guild quests, but in his case he's just a tad bit better in PvE content. For our top 3 Kenpachi characters, we have Soya as Yachiru, in this case the 8th Kenpachi. Having one of the more unique and broken Bankai abilities in game, I was very interested to see how they would treat him in Bleach Brave Souls. And I would like to think Killer did a great job adapting that Bankai into the character's gameplay, since he himself can actually dodge 2 types of enemies, that being Hollow and Aronkas, which coincidentally is the 2 killers that he does have, overall increasing his usability in different types of content, has good survivability since he himself is immune to every status ailment and can heal himself back up to full stamina thanks to his range status ailments, and he also has a solid damage output thanks to his Frenzy +1, high berserker value, and also 80% SP boost. There was still a lot of disappointment with this character, mainly due to his strong attack 1, and that ultimately does hold him back, mainly from being the number 2 character, but overall still a very solid character when you consider his offense and defensive capabilities. The captain of Squad 11, Kenpachi Zaraki himself, is taking the number 2 position. When this character came out in April last year, I described this character as the perfect Kenpachi, the personification of Kenpachi, and it still feels like that to this day. He has a great damage output thanks to his Frenzy +2, high berserker value which gets further increased when he is at full stamina, weakening on every single attack, and also just a great set of strong attacks. As a power character, he doesn't have much competition. He is still one of the better power characters in the game, with a very fun set of strong attacks, some great visuals to back it up, and a lot of usability in PvE content like IZ, IT, and even Guild Quest where he makes as a great side regardless of your dupe investment. He's one of the few characters I use in Guild Quest despite me only having a special with level 1 out of 5, and that just goes to show how good he is as a great damage dealer. Whenever there's a time to go against Technique Soripers, this Kenpachi is always my go-to character, because overall he's just a very solid Kenpachi, and still as of right now, the best Zaraki in the game.
Bankai, Minazu.
because there's no better character to take the #1 position than the first Kenpachi herself, in this case Yachiru Unohana from 1000 years ago. Being released for the most recent 8th anniversary celebration, this character is one of the best characters in the game, period. Having a very high damage output thanks to her Frenzy +2, Berserker and full stamina damage values. When she inflicts a Spasm, which she has an easy time doing thanks to a trap mechanic SA3, she can get an 80% SP boost to her spiritual pressure stat, and this character gets stronger the more kills she does get. Since she was given the Rampage skill, for every kill that she does get, she gets an extra 2% more damage, and this allows us to get 100% more damage. It's a ridiculous skill and makes her really good in Arena, Guild Quest, and also Limit Breaker. Her damage output is super high, her survivability is great, she picks up more skills in the Arena game mode, making her one of the better characters for that, especially since she does have the most strong attack recharge in the entire game, but she also doubles down as a really good Guild Quest character as a side or a main, most importantly though for the Captain Killer Guild Quest, which is desperately needed a character like this. She is quite frankly usable in any piece of content, even Brave Battles, and it's really cool to see Yachiru Unohana become one of the better characters in the game once more, even if it did only take 5 years. But the wait was worth it because she does have an amazing set of visuals, is an amazing character, and her sword is also doubling down as one of the better swords in the game, being a direct reference from the 1000 Year Blood War anime. While it's true we had to wait 9 months for a new set of 1000 Year Blood War characters, and the wait was definitely agonizing, I would like to think it was worth it, just due to how perfect this character is. One of my favorite characters in the game, and easily the best Kenpachi in the game. But let's be honest, who better than this version of Yachiru to be that? But I'm sure when we finally get this particular Kenpachi animated in game once more, he might take the #1 position, but he's got a lot to live up to, since this Yachiru is absolutely insane. But if there's one character to take the title, it's definitely Kenpachi Zaraki. Either way though lads, that was the video for today, ranking the top 10 best Kenpachi characters in the game Bleach Brave Souls. Hope you guys enjoyed this top 10 list, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and peace.